Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man wala amma ba'du. Today we have a very distinguished guest, mashallah, Dr. Bilal Phillips, the Chancellor and the founder of International Open University. And also we have Dr. Amrar Shahid, the Dean of Faculty of Islamic Studies, in International Open Universities. It's a very special day for us, and we'll be discussing something about Ramadan, the virtue of Ramadan, the months that we have been waiting for. So, Dr. Bilal Phillips, we see the populations in Indonesia and other part of the world. They have been waiting for Ramadan. And they see Ramadan is a month where people actually fast, right? So, can you elaborate more, actually, what is special, in Ramadan, on top of just fasting month?
Bismillah, wassalatu wassalam ala Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. What is fasting supposed to be? Are we doing a ritual every year, repeating the same thing, and it not impacting on us, it not changing us, making us better people? Because the fast is not to lose weight, although losing weight is good. Maybe we're eating too much. But that's not the intended consequence. That's a byproduct, which happens whether you like it or not. We do need to look into the fast in terms of what we are supposed to get out of it. And I would ask our Mufti, the Mufti of IOU, to share with us what is the most important element or benefit that we should get out of the fast.
Jazakallah khair, barakallah fik ya akhi al-kareem. Innal hamdalillah wassalatu wassalamu ala man la nabiyya ba'dah. To answer your question, we may start with the ayah, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu kutiba alaykumus siyamu kama kutiba ala alladhina min qablikum la'allakum tattaqun. This ayah makes it very clear the main purpose which we should acquire, achieve, is achievable and will happen bi-iznillah is at-taqwa. Taqwa is related to iman. That is your faith. So any kind of ibadah which we do, acts of worship, it is meant to increase our level of iman. And siyam is fasting is one of them. And on top of it, when it happens in Ramadan, so we have the month of Ramadan, a pillar of Islam, then you are fasting in this month when all the shayateen, their capacity becomes limited and was sufidati shayateen, and they are chained. So your quality of devoting yourself to Allah becomes very high. So the main achievement here in general, in every aspect of your acts of worship, increases naturally. And if you worked on that natural booster which has been given to you by Allah, it becomes even better. So the main thing which we achieve in Ramadan, in Siyam, is the increase of our iman in every aspect of our life and living. So when it comes to every aspect of our life and living, it will include everything, including your prayers, including your relationship with Quran, including your relationship with general public, with individuals, with your wife, with your husband, with your neighbors, with your siblings, with your brothers, with your neighbors, work colleagues, and everyone. So in every aspect of your life, you will find that you are better than what you were in Sha'ban, in any other month. So this is what I feel, that because of this ayah, and also because of our experiences fasting, that I always find that my level of iman and many others I have spoken to, they say same. It increases, it increases, it increases till the end, inshallah. So this is what I would like to say. Barakallah fikum.
MashaAllah,
Hayyakum.
barakallahu fikum. And the points that I highlight from your points actually the change and also the increase, right? Whereas everyone actually during the Ramadan they increase, their activities, right? By fasting, Qiyamul Layl, reading Quran and everything. But the question is how we can maintain the increase in iman or the change that have been brought during the Ramadan into the other months. How actually we can embed that, in Ramadan so that it can continues to other months.
One of the key issues that fasting is supposed to develop is a sense of control, because we are stopping ourselves from doing what we would normally do. You see some food, you like it, you eat it. That's the norm. Now in Ramadan, you're seeing food and you're not eating it. You're holding yourself back. So it is developing a sense of control. You are choosing not to eat. That should cause you to reflect on those people who are not eating, not because they chose not to eat, but because they had nothing to eat, as the kids and the adults of Gaza, what they're going through, what they went through. People actually dying because they had no access to food. So what should be developed in us is a sense of respect for food, in that we don't waste food. Our children should understand that, because kids, young people can just, don't like it, don't eat it, just throw it. No. Some people in some countries even made a group where they will drive vehicles around the Muslim community and collect the leftovers from, celebrations, feasts, different practices that Muslims have where there's a lot of food, and collect that up and save it and package it, repackage it, and give it to the needy. To give a greater respect for food and a respect to Allah for granting us the food that we have that others don't have.
MashaAllah, Jazakallah khair. You have already elaborated on this part, so I won't say much. But yes, I would say that while Ramadan increases everything for us in a very positive way, then to continuously maintaining that definitely is going to be a challenge, because Ramadan is Ramadan. And all the doors of hellfire is closed. The doors of Jannah is open. The shaitan is closed, handcuffed, chained. He becomes limited. His access is extremely limited. And on top of that, we find ourselves, even if those brothers and sisters, they don't want to fast for unvalid reasons, they find themselves with the flow. They go with the flow. So everything in Ramadan helps you to be a good Muslim. But when it comes to after Ramadan, many of those elements are taken away from us, such as the impact of the shaitan, the impact of the Ramadan related to also the Jannah and the Jahannam, the door being open and not open, although that one we don't realize much. And then the way we make ourselves be prepared in Ramadan, where you take a break from work, you go less hours of working because you want to be in masjid, or you try your best to go to the masjid, which you may not be able to in non-Ramadan. So all these things starts to mix up with your daily life. So your iman is not going to be there. It is a struggle. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when the Sahabas they came and complained to him, that when they are with Rasulullah, their iman is this high. When they go back home, it becomes less. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, if you are able to maintain the iman the way you find while you are with me, and when you are not with me, لَصَافَحَتْكُمُ الْمَلَائِكَةُ عَلَى فُرُشِكُمْ وَفِي الطُّرُقِ أو كما قال صلى الله عليه وسلم, that the angels will come and shake your hands while you are with your family, while you are working wherever, which means it's not possible. So while we know that it's not possible, it does not in any way gives us a signal that if it is not possible, let me relax. No, this may, in fact, it should be the other way around. So it's a challenge for me. It becomes like a gain for you. Okay, in Ramadan, I did this much.
Yeah.
I'm going to challenge myself. I will maintain. I spent 5 times a day in the masjid. I will try to do that in Shawwal. I used to read 3-4 juz of Quran in Ramadan. I will try to do it in Shawwal. And like this for other things. So you put it as a challenge for yourself. You may write it down in a book. These are the things I did in Ramadan. I want to maintain it. You may go for 3-4 months, 5 months, 6 months. You may lose it from the first day of Eid.
Yeah.
But the intention is there. When you have the intention, sincere intention that I want to do it. So the beautiful part of that? When you make some good intention, even if you are not successful, because of weakness of iman, you may be rewarded something out of it. So you are not going to come out empty-handed.
Yeah.
While we know in reality it's difficult to maintain, but if you challenge yourself, you may come out with something.
MashaAllah.
Jazakallah khairan.
MashaAllah.
Barakallah
Barakallahu
feek.
fikum.
Yeah.
MashaAllah. Yeah. So Ramadan is just a normal month. It's special month because it's a month of training, right? For us, as you mentioned, we are trained, to be compassionate, to be grateful to what Allah actually gives us, and also to train us the disciplines, right, on how actually we get better, in the months after Ramadan. MashaAllah. Barakallahu fikum. So what is your message to the Ummah, on this Ramadan, this special month, Is there anything that you would like to convey, to remind us, on this special month, for us actually to be increasing, our iman?
One point which I feel that Muslims in general tend to miss out on, common practice of turning fasting into feasting. And Muslims are not shy about this. I remember when I was learning about Islam and I had to deal with the concept of fasting, which didn't exist in my life prior. How am I going to get through fasting for 30 days? They would say to me, it's easy. I say, how? How can it be easy? Where you don't put any food in your system for 30. They said, no, we gain weight in Ramadan. Every year we have to, after Ramadan, we have to stop eating to drop some of the pounds that we have built up, during Ramadan. So obviously Muslims in many of these circumstances, have missed the message of self-control. So they're gaining weight in Ramadan and they don't even feel shy about it. They feel proud about it. So this is a message, as the Prophet ﷺ had said, the best suhoor, which is the pre-fasting meal, is dates. 1 date, 3 dates, or so. Now, that's something most Muslims would say, no way. How can you fast Ramadan? You only ate 1 date or 3 dates. What is this? There's no way you could survive it. Because, they have turned fasting into feasting. You know, and this is what we need to do this coming Ramadan that we will be heading into, is to turn fasting back into fasting, from feasting back into actual fasting.
MashaAllah.
You know, because it is with that single date or 3 dates that you go into fast
Yeah.
that you feel hunger. And when you feel hunger, you can now sympathize with those who don't have access to food. You can appreciate when you feel the pangs of hunger. You can appreciate what it means to not have food. Because without that, then these are just numbers. So many people died from, lack of food and so on, so in Gaza, and so we can't even understand how. It's so distant. But really, we need to bring it close and to feel those pangs. And in feeling those pangs of hunger, we can more empathize with those who don't have access to food. And hopefully that would drive us to want to gather funding, etc., and send it to them to help them have enough food to survive, at least as a start.
Inshallah. Barakallahu fikum. Yes.
I would just like to add that never be a loser. Once you give up, that's what Shaitan wants. That you already lost before you even entered the battle. So, as I said before this, we can't be in non-Ramadan like Ramadan. If you can be, then mashallah, that's our goal. But I think it's very difficult. But don't be a loser, which means don't give up. Always keep on trying, whatever you are good at. Not everybody can pray continuously. Not everybody can read Quran a lot. Not everybody can spend a lot in a generosity because he may not have it or whatever. But you must be good in some of these, up to a level, or in some to excellent level. Whatever you are good in, do it. Some of us, we ignore this, like cleaning the masjid, right? Some people are very good at it. Others they can't do. So those who are able to do it, do it. Because these are the kind of things people that think is nothing. Maybe he gets more rewards than the one who leads people in salah. You never know. So whatever you are good at, try to utilize that to go to Jannah and continue. So whatever you have done in Ramadan, a little bit here and there, try to continue with that. And remember that this dunya is very short-lived. We all have to die one day, and we have to be in hereafter. And what you do for your hereafter is the most important thing. So have sincerity, do it for the sake of Allah, the way of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and you are all good. Jazakallah khairan.
Barakallahu fikum. MashaAllah. Thank you very much. Jazakumullah khair, Sheikh, for the inspirations. So I hope, all of us actually can, be better in Ramadan. We increase our iman, and of course, as Sheikh mentioned, we start small, we start continuous, and don't give up. So we wish that our Ramadan will be the best Ramadan for all, and also we can continue, the practice that we have in Ramadan in the next coming months, inshallah. Barakallahu fikum. Jazakumullah khairan.
Jazana wa iyakum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Jazakumullah khairan, and mashallah, ya Ahlu Indonesia, brothers and sisters, may Allah bless you all and give you the best of this dunya and hereafter. And may Allah Azza wa Jalla make you all the best of the Muslims and make you all be with us all together, inshallah, in Jannah. Ameen. Jazakumullah khairan. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.